Well, folks, welcome back to another review and thoughts on. Now, we come to, I guess, the seventh installment and ninth overall, it says here on Wikipedia, of the VHS franchise, which I'm not a huge fan of this franchise to begin with. I like the first one, a small amount. The second one, I need to watch it again. I remember some of the stories, such as like from the first one with the succubus, incubus, whatever, succubus chick. I like you, or what was it? What Thursday the 17th or 13th or whatever, or the sick thing that happened to Emily when she was a kid or whatever, with the abduction and the doctor. And are they aliens or are they ghosts? Don't know. And it was a Skype, something to do with Skype in that story. Even the final story in that was probably the best one, I would say, because it was from the people that did Ready or Not, Radio Silence, the duo. The second one, I mean, you have Beyond Hell's Gate or whatever it's called, with the cult. You have the camera eye. I remember you have the alien story with the kid's birthday party and a dog with the camera on its collar or head or whatever. Of course, the wraparounds in those first two are either just unlikable people, where you have, oh, we're burglars who break into people's houses and they assault women on tape, literally, and I guess upload it or whatever, or record it to watch it back. I don't know. So unlikable people all around. The second one was dealing with cheaters, I guess, the wraparound in that. The third one, which I believe was viral. Yeah, that one had some interesting stories, but overall, like, I like the one story with the dimension where the guy, him and his other dimension self switch dimensions. Of course, they all end downbeat, so what am I saying? That's why I don't like a lot of these stories, because they have interesting ideas, but then they're all, downbeat at the end, except for the one in Viral where the skateboarders fight, demons or skeleton demons or monsters. That was pretty cool, and people hate that one. I don't understand why. That's like the best one in that movie. I did like the magician and his cape, like how it was shot, or I like the idea of that, and like the overall ending. That ends downbeat as well. So, but this one, now the other ones, of course, the 80s, they tried to go into with, what was it, 82 or 83, 85, whatever ones I reviewed on the channel. Some of those stories I actually liked, with the Medusa chick across the street, where these teens try to go in her house because they're spying on her through a webcam, and she turns out to be a Medusa. You have the college one where a sorority or whatever dares a girl she has to be buried alive or something, and there's some interesting stuff there. It was a creepy concept, like some elements in that. And then the one where they go into the underworld with, I think, two buddies or whatever. They end up going into, like, they get sucked into Hades pretty much, and they have to try to survive. I don't even remember the outcome of that. Probably downbeat as well. But overall, I need to probably rewatch those or something, because I don't know. But this one, it came out in 2020, this year, 2024. This one deals with science fiction horror. So they're trying to ditch the just plain horror and go with science fiction. Although one story to me is not really that's not really science fiction at all. Granted, like, it's not realistic, but well, I'll get to it. But like, you have the plot of the film is presented with 5 segments built around a frame narrative in the form of a documentary with interviews from experts in the field of extraterrestrials and digital effects. And the way that wraparound goes, let alone ends, is just what? It's like they didn't know what to do after they showed the footage of what they were even talking about. We don't know what to do about the rest of that. I thought they were going to go to the location and then stuff would happen, but nope. It totally just ends. But we'll get to the first segment, which is directed by and written by Jay Cheel or Chell. In 2021, an anonymous Redder claimed to have brought a mysterious pair of video cassettes from a flea market. The tapes supposedly containing video evidence of alien encounter. The tapes are shown in pictures, each tape being labeled Proof 1 and Proof 2. I was kind of confused on the opening of this, actually. But, pretty much Jay Cheel received an anonymous, a weird package, email with the footage from the tapes in digitalized form. The footage follows the story of the Farragon House, pretty much a site that is the topic of the urban legend in Canada. In the 2000s, a paranormal group collected evidence of grey form, whatever. One of the experts, Mitch, says that if we do find proof of extraterrestrial life, then everything we thought we knew would come into question. So yeah, that. Anyway, we go to the actual first story, which is Stork. It's directed by Jordan Downey and written by him, co-written with Kevin Stewart. This one I would say is the best story of all of them, to me, because it does not downbeat ending, not depressing ending. 2, I thought the effects for the alien, or whatever you want to call it, is pretty cool. It gave me vibes of Resident Evil 7. Yeah, 7 and 8. In terms of what they're fighting, such as zombie-like things, but they're really, I guess they're, I guess you can call them zombies, or yeah, because they don't have brains at the end of the day. They're just like, I guess they're being controlled by this alien. Which, from my understanding, I guess it collects people to make a nest, and it creates alien hybrids or whatever. I guess it kidnaps babies and tries to make them hybrids or something. They don't really go into that. Like, it starts out with like this group of people. They're like a police unit dubbed Warden, which I guess they hunt monsters pretty much. Because pretty much, I guess, in their town, missing babies and people are going missing, so they're trying to figure out what's going on. They end up, I guess, finding out at this one place what's going on. So they go there, pretty much all heck breaks loose. Monsters, zombie people attack them, pretty much. Now, I'm not sure if, I guess if the blood they come into contact with the blood of these things, they're not infected, I guess. But one of them, I swear, turns into like a zombie at one point and attacks their own teammate. But yeah, pretty much it ends where they kill the big bad stork looking alien, which I actually like. I kind of, it grew on me a bit as it moved. Like it's very video game like, I'll say, very video game like camera movement POV. And then you have, so anyway, the first story I would say is the best one to me. Granted, you don't really care much about these characters, but at the same time, it's action packed, so it's like, who cares at that point? You get a lot of good gore and effects. Then cuts from after that segment ends. Pretty much, we get to abduction interlude 1 in the 1950s. Anyway, it cuts back to the wraparound after that to give more backstory of this house, or not this house, but the family that moved into that house, or the guy anyway. And then we cut to the second story, which is Dream Girl, which I was a bit confused on this one. It's directed by Virat Pal and written by him, and also co-written by Evan Dixon. Anyway, now all of a sudden we're in India. In this story, we have two journalists, or no, paparazzi journalists, whatever you want to call them. Pretty much, they're given a tip to get footage of the latest Bollywood sensation Tara. Celebrities, as he has dreams of being famous himself, implying that him becoming a paparazzi hound is his way of getting closer. They sneak into a filming session of her next movie, because we get the gist that this chick that they're trying to get pictures of, footage, whatever, of, she might be a witch. They hint at maybe she's a witch, or they say in dialogue. This one, I mean, I was confused on what she basically is, what we find out or what she is revealed to be. Like, is she supposed to be a robot, pretty much, or alien that, like, takes people's faces, I guess? I have to say I guess, because, like, she has one glowing eye, and then, like, the rest of her face is, like, melted. So it turns into, like, Terminator a bit. Because then she starts murdering everybody after she's like, oh, you mean I can rule the world? Or rule all you? But yeah, that one, I mean, it ends downbeat. Everybody dies. And then she kills paparazzi outside after she's done killing the main two dudes and everybody in that room or set. Then we come to the, what was this, the third segment, which is Live and Let Die, or Dive, which this one, I swear I saw either, I don't know if I saw the trailer for this movie, for VHS Beyond, and maybe I saw parts of this segment in that trailer, because it's something about this seems so familiar to me, as if I saw it before, which I probably did, the trailer. But pretty much it's this guy Zach, he's with his friends and his wife Jess. Pretty much they're celebrating his 30th birthday. They want to do a skydiving thing, which, count me out, I'm never doing that. No. But pretty much they spot a UFO and several fighter jets. An alien jumps onto the plane before it collides with the UFO, sending everyone falling toward an orange grove. Yeah, let alone jumping out of a plane, but the to have to be falling, and you don't know if your parachute will even work. That's even scarier to me, because just you knowing you have a parachute would be fine, but then if it's malfunctioning, then I think that's the scariest part. Pretty much, it turns into this stalking thing. I mean, all these move at a pretty decent pace. I would say a very fast pace. You don't really know. You get the gist of what the story is about, and then they just go right into stuff. And the look of the alien here, it was fine. The CGI, but I mean, it was fine. I didn't understand the ending of what's going on, because then by the end it's just him, getting in the truck, and I guess he gets abducted. I guess. But then we don't know, because it says, but the tape ends abruptly, leaving his fate unknown. So whatever with that. Then we get to the fourth story, which is Fur Babies. This is the one I said that doesn't qualify as a science fiction at all, because, I mean, yeah, you can say maybe Frankenstein to a degree is somewhat, it can be implied that it was science that brought, him alive, or alchemy, or whatever you want to call it, or, supernatural. Don't know. This one, while it doesn't do that, it tries to, I don't even know what movie I can think of it. This was co-written by Justin Long. Wow. Okay, so it was co-directed and written by him too. And his brother, I guess. But anyway, the movie. This segment, it deals with a dog daycare center called Doggy Dream House, which is basically a woman who cares for dogs and shows her appreciation for them, and invites people to drop their dogs off at her place so she can care for them. Well, she also, if her dogs die, she also, I guess, stuffs them. Like, puts them as taxidermies. Which, whatever. An animal rights group, I guess, does not like that, so they decide to investigate her home, sends in 2 members and a dog. And of course that doesn't go well, because of course they break the illusion of their fake names, and then I guess she sees the camera in the dog's cage or whatever that they bring, or bag, and then she brings them downstairs, and then she even gives off like creepy vibes of happy-go-lucky, but there's something sinister going on behind that. And I mean, pretty much she explains that the reason she keeps taxidermies of her past dogs is because she doesn't have the heart to bury them. One of the dogs, Gary, is missing, but Becky explains that she has something special planned for him, as he died protecting her. However, Becky quickly sees through Stuart and Angela's ruse due to whatever. Pretty much she catches on that they're not who they say they are, and her and her brother kidnap them, pretty much, knocks them out, puts them in cages, makes them act like dogs. So this reminded me a bit of Human Centipede, aside if it wasn't, like, that movie wasn't really gory. It was gross a bit with the how stuff comes out of people when they have to use the bathroom. Uh, Here, like, she just, I guess, sews dog skin and dog parts to. Not even dog, I guess dog parts, because she makes dog gloves for them and dog masks for people. And then she puts them in cages until they act like dogs. I guess she has already a clan of dog people in the back, because she's like, these are my protectors. And then she lets them out, and because pretty much by this time she ends up vlogging her own crimes, and so the other animal rights activist people, they end up coming down because they're two stakeout people or kidnapped, so they're like, we gotta go save them. So they go in there with a bat and a camera, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, one, you don't want to call the police. Why? Oh, they're misogynistic or whatever, or they wouldn't understand. And I'm like, I mean, and it ends so abruptly. Like, there was really no like, they didn't bring any other weapons. They didn't have any guns. At least, like, look for a weapon, like grab a knife or something. And I don't know how strong these people in dog fur and whatever are. But I guess they have superhuman strength, because they're able to just jump on people and rip them to shreds, which sucks. And then after this lame scene of the rest of the team getting mauled, a porch pirate attempts to steal packages from Becky's home, only to be killed by Gary, which is one of the hybrid human dog hybrids that she named Gary and Abraham. And that was just so, like, this story, I don't know. I just, the fact that it's on here and it's like the whole theme of this installment is science fiction, aliens, and whatever. It's like, and then you have this where it's not even anything supernatural, really. It's really not even supernatural, because it's just she kidnaps people and trains them to be dogs, human dogs, and then goes about her day. So yeah, I would say that's the worst segment. I would say that's probably the worst. That's the worst one and pointless one. Waste of time. Now what was this, the fifth one, I believe? Fifth and final one, I guess. Which is Stowaway, directed by Kate Siegel and written by Mike Flanagan. Which I should have figured some of the shots in this. It makes sense. Haley, a woman who is implied to have left her husband and child behind, is documenting her findings of possible extraterrestrial encounters in the desert. She talks to people who say they saw lights at night. She witnesses a light fall from the sky. She goes to investigate it. As she finds a spaceship, she enters and examines the interior. Stupidly. When she cuts herself small, nanites come out and heal her. Though there's more to that, it seems. Though she quickly learns that it causes minor mutations. I thought so. Due to the ship keeping other animals in stasis and copying their DNA, After hiding from an alien, which don't really see that alien, the details of it anyway, at least I couldn't, because it's so freaking dark on that ship. Like, put some lights on. Haley realizes that she has no escape. The nanites appear again and heal her injuries. And the spaceship accelerates to light speed, throwing her around like a pinball. There's really a scene where she just, like, this is her like right here, and she, because it goes super speed or whatever, and her body just flails into a wall. Healed once more by the nanomachines, Haley begins to suffer more and more mutations to her body as a result of the cycles of injury and repair. And again, the lighting in this, so it's like, can't really see a whole lot of good detail in this, but what you do see is decent, where they have a spider on the ship. They have an octopus, I believe she said, and I swear there was something else. There might have been other animals on her too, or creatures, or insects. But that's pretty much what she mutates partly into different forms of those mixed together. And then we have the wraparound pretty much of the beginning, with the documentary filmmakers, fact or fake, talk about this guy who went missing. Of course, they show the footage, and it's lackluster. Like, the look of the alien is creepy, but then it just ends where it just, I guess it puts the camera into the guy's mouth and just suffocates him that way. I don't know. And it just ends. Literally cuts the credits. I'm like, what? So, yeah, the wraparound, I would say, is stupid. And fur babies was stupid and pointless. I'm sorry, Justin Long. I like you in, Jeepers Creepers. I liked you in Spend a Bottle a bit. But, yeah, you don't need to. If this is what you're capable of writing, don't write anymore. Or direct. But, because that story just, ugh. But yeah, I like the first story, which was Stork. I like Stork. I mean, I'll say that's the best one out of all of them. If anything, I would just watch that, and like the rest of them are time wasters. To a degree, like maybe the Dream Girl one was somewhat. Maybe if you expanded on that into like a full length movie, but and flesh the characters out more. But I get it's time constraints on these shorts. They only have a certain amount of time they can put stuff in them. But yeah, and even Stowaway, I think, had potential, but it got repetitive after a while when, she would go into state, and it would go into accelerate. It would start doing that light speed thing through space, and she's into stasis and all that, and then she gets mutated twice or whatever, and so. And then half the time you can't really tell how the makeup effects look in that. And then it just ends, literally, of her begging no more. So that one also ends, I would say, on a depressing note. So never mind. Elements I like in it, but then the ending also ruins it. And Live and Let Die with the Zach guy and skydiving with his buddies and wife. being chased by aliens. And then at the end, totally abrupt ending I don't care for. That could have been cut, or a new story could have been added instead, a better one. But yeah, let me know your rankings on this franchise. Did you even like this one? And so yeah. Thanks for watching. Also, if you're interested in requesting a reviews, commentaries, reactions, PayPal down below. So